Hello students, welcome back to Trigonometry lecture. In the previous video, I have given the basic fundamentals of trigonometry, like how angle can be created, how lines can be represented to make a right triangle, and the fundamental ideas about right triangle. In this video, you are going to learn about naming the sides. So, we have a three-sided right triangle. So, this vertex can be labeled as A having 90 degree, and this vertex can be labeled as A having theta degree. We do not know the angle between the sides, and this vertex can be represented as theta. Now, as I said, there is a clear or trade-off between or clear relationship between the angles in degree measure and length in meters. The angles in degree measure and length. Before going to understand the ratio of the sides, we have to clearly designate the name of the sides in the right triangle. Name of the sides. How to name the sides? Generally in geometry, we represent this line is OB and this line is OA and this line is AB. That is general representation. But in trigonometry, we have to denote or name the side. So I am going to demonstrate how to name the sides. The sides is named based on this theta, based on the value of the angle theta. So first thing is, what I am going to do is, I am going to look this angle and I can see the opposite to the theta is this side, which is not connected to this vertex, but the opposite to the, this is the opposite. So I can see the triangle side through theta, and this is the line I can see. So this side is opposite side to the theta. Opposite side or line OB. Line OB. Opposite side. Opposite side or line OB. Line OB. Hope you can understand. The next line is adjacent to this theta. We have two sides that can be, that is adjacent to this theta. This is adjacent, very next to the theta. This is an adjacent side. Another, this also is adjacent. How to differentiate these two sides? Carefully listen. The longest side of the right triangle is always named as a hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. And the next side, that is adjacent side to the theta, that is generally appears in the bottom, but not always the case. That longest side, the hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle. That is hypotenuse. Or else we can also remember in terms of just opposite to the 90 degree. Opposite to the 90 degree is hypotenuse side. Hypotenuse side. The adjacent to the theta, this is adjacent. This is also adjacent. Okay? But how can we differentiate these two sides? We have to use this term, this idea. The longest side of the right triangle always hypotenuse. Other way we can identify the hypotenuse is just look just through the 90 degree. This is opposite to the 90 degree. It is always hypotenuse. So this side is nothing but adjacent side. So unlike in our geometrical, in trigonometry we have to have these names of the sides. Hope you understand how to name the sides. Okay, let me summarize that. How to name the sides. The sides named based on the theta formed at this vertex. This is an acute angle. This is an acute angle. This can be, this is the, the reference point. With respect to the reference point, we can name the sides of the right angle triangle. Okay, first thing is, I have to look through the theta. So the side that is opposite to me, that side opposite to me, always opposite side. The side opposite to me is always opposite side. And the next side is, we have to fix the adjacent side. There is a competition between the adjacent side. Look at the line theta that is connected to OA and OB, both are can be represented as adjacent side. But be very careful, we have to differentiate this. This is a adjacent side, this is not adjacent side. This is an hypotenuse side. How to identify the hypotenuse side? We have to understand the longest side of the triangle is always hypotenuse. That is one indication. The other indication we can use to identify the hypotenuse is, you just look through 90 degree, the side opposite to the 90 degree is always hypotenuse. Once the hypotenuse is fixed, the rest of the side or adjacent to the theta is can be considered as a adjacent side. This is how we have to name the sides of the triangle. So this is the B actually. This is it. Hope you understand how angles created, how sides named, and in the next video we are going to learn about how the ratio of these sides are related to the angles between the sides. That is the next important lesson. Once you have understood that, it will be easy for us to understand better in trigonometry. Thank you very much.